And then the rain just came pouring down, but the heat of high school football ramping all the way up. It's the last week of the regular season. Sheldon on the road to play for the Southwest Conference title, but all across the region, playoff seeding and other conference titles on the line. If you can't take the rain, the cold, the mist, hey, don't sign up for football in the Willamette Valley. It's Friday night. Let's blitz.
Now, Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
All right, if you got all dried off, well, the rain went away by halftime.
Yeah, it went away eventually.
It was a wet trip down to Sutherland for me, but we're all dry. We're ready to go. It's the last week of the regular season. Friday Night Blitz. Cameron Derby with Brett Taylor, as always. This week always sneaks up on us.
Yeah,
and then
fast.
it's like all of a sudden teams are going to get eliminated. Teams are going to be crowned champions. Some are going to make the playoffs. This was a fun one.
Yeah, no, this was a great day. It felt like November football. It's like the football gods knew this day was coming. The weather, the setting, it felt perfect, Cam.
It felt like
November.
Perfect. It felt like Halloween was just a day ago. Well, one of the biggest games, probably the biggest game in the state. Two undefeated teams in the Southwest Conference, both ranked in the top 10 all season long, playing against each other. We got to get right into it. Coming into the night, all eyes on Sprague, Sheldon. They enter the night standing at 1 and 2 respectively in the conference, both undefeated, both moving through the Southwest Conference like a hot knife through butter. All roads leading to Salem. Only one can win the conference outright. Which one is the realest? What an electric atmosphere to open this game. The Olympians have entered the building. But Brett, the Sheldon Irish, a well-oiled freight train on offense, you really don't want to see them. These are the games you live for. Sprague was on the ground early in the game. It's Kenya Johnson. The Olympians will go up 7-0 early, and then Kelson Sperry happens. Carrot Cato, we've seen this connection before. We'll see it again. Once you let him this far out, it's finished. But you know he has a boatload of options. Call up Brody Thomas. The Irish are playing video game football. It's 14-7. It's like this offense has no resistance. You don't always need the deep shot. Sometimes you let a guy get out in space, and you let him do his thing. Brody Thomas, he's doing it. He's going to score. And guess what? Sheldon treats Sprague the way it treated the rest of the conference. 52-7. Sheldon, the Southwest Conference champions. Brett, this offense is frightening to deal with. You can look at all the different names. Kelson Sperry leads it, of course. Brody Thomas, Carrot Cato, Montetuioti, Jice Jones. I'm sure
the list goes on.
I'm sure I'm leaving a name or two out. Don't at me if you're the Sheldon Irish. There's just way too many of you. This is a team that's built for the postseason.
This is 100% a team built for the postseason. And just speaking on the offense and keeping with it, look, let's give Kelson Sperry a lot of credit. This quarterback has led this team this season. I know a week ago we weren't able to show too many of his highlights, but he is a walking highlight reel. We saw it against South Medford a couple weeks ago, and we saw it again tonight. Every team that this Sheldon offense has faced has made them look bad, has embarrassed them, and frankly, Sheldon this year, it really feels like, Cam, that they could go all the distance, but not just because of their offense. Their defense is elite as well.
Yeah, their defense, when you look at Montetuioti, especially on defense and on offense, he's a difference maker in this thing.
He's
and
a
it
dual
seems
threat.
like if you want to take that guy away, you got to deal with 4 others. We'll have to see what Sheldon does in the postseason, but undefeated thus far. Meanwhile, a matchup made in the offseason. Josh Line coaching against Justin Stark for second place in the Midwestern. You were on the call. Go.
Yeah, a great game from this one from Wolverine Stadium. A potential shot for home playoff game on the line. First quarter, Colts driving, but the big man, Tony Cumberland, comes in and knocks the ball loose. The Wolverines recover, and the impact of Cumberland is being felt early. And then moments later, Trey People bumper screen to Mekhi Adams. Happy senior day. Mekhi Adams breaking through tackles like nothing. He knows what time it is, Cam. Down to the 20-yard line. That sets up Maverick Akers perfectly for the couple-yard score. And just like that, Willamette's up on top first 8-0, capitalizing off the Thurston turnover, and they weren't even close to being done yet. Second quarter, Akers back to work, breaking through tackles, stumbling and rumbling and bumbling, 35 yards to the house. Wolverine Nation, get on your feet. Willamette is up 15-0, looking to make it even more with less than 10 seconds. It's People to Adams. That connection like Christmas music on November 1st. It's magic to me. Don't know about everyone. Thurston on the verge of being shut out, but hold on. 4th and 2. Wolverines going for it deep in their own territory. Don't know what you were doing. Turnover on downs. The Wolverines giving Thurston new life. Yeah. Blair 6 defenders giving chase. The end zone magic to a diving Riley Fox. Colts finally get on the board, looking to make it more in the fourth. Blair over the river and through the Wolverines' woods to Tim Draling. 15 unanswered for the Thurston Colts to pull within 1. Everything coming down to this play. 4th and 10, 10 seconds left. Blair going end zone, incomplete. And for the first time since 2017, the Wolverines take down Thurston in the final, 23-15. Willamette, Cam. This was everything I kind of expected. Didn't expect it to go exactly the way it was supposed to, but this was a close one. This was a battle of two of the best in the Midwest.
Yeah, you look at this. This game was hyped up all season long. We saw the two schedules come out, knowing that these two coaches and Tony Cumberland was involved in this.
Yes, sir.
We said this was going to be the game, and it sounds like it lived up to.
It lived up to all the hype. I mean, Willamette to the strong start, of course, in the beginning, 23 unanswered. That was a big difference in this game. Thurston and head coach Justin Stark doing a great job in the second half. Adjustments, just not able to pull it through in the end. Just too much to overcome. They had a lot of penalties in the first half that really kind of killed some drives, and then a couple of big turnovers as well from Noah Blair and from, of course, that first fumble that we had seen as well, knocked off from Tony Cumberland. That really, I think, made the difference. But these are two teams that can still do some damage in the playoffs.
Well coached, can definitely go far
both
into
can
the
go far.
postseason, both of them. And you can't have the last week of the regular season unless you want to do a little bit of rivalry football at least. How about a crosstown rivalry? South Albany hosting West Albany, the Red Hawks versus the Bulldogs. We start in the first quarter. Bulldogs are already up 7-0. Red Hawks looking to answer. Sawyer Hallberg rolls out, finds his running back Logan Johnson, and Johnson just won't go down. Eventually brought down, though, around the 10. South's moving. Just a few plays later, Johnson, he'll finish it off. Touchdown, Red Hawks. We're tied up at 7 points apiece. But now it's the Bulldogs' turn. And you look at Caden Martirano looking down the field. Let it fly. Why not? And what a snag by Daniel Fosdick. A couple plays later, call his own number, makes his own way to the end zone. It's a West Albany touchdown. West Albany wins big over South, 47-13, your final.
I didn't know that Bulldogs could fly. More action from across the state. Dallas hangs on to win in a tight one with Lebanon 17-6, the final from that one. And then shout out Churchill, Cam. The Lancers, their first undefeated league season since 2018, capped it all off with a 56-7 dub over Eagle Point. Philomath hosting Marist. Warriors with a chance at the Special District 3 crown with a win and a Cascade loss.
These guys are muddy.
Quarter, yeah. Hey, you know what? It's November football. Marist up 20-6. Power football, Lake Mulberry trying to break free. Aaron Bidwell not going to let that happen. Marist back on offense, and then Nick Hudson taking the shot. Money, Cash, Andrus, and Warwick. Bushnell, and is there to punch it out. Loose ball, but the ball goes out of bounds. Unfortunate bounce for the Warriors. Spartans look to put this one to bed. Connor Harvey, night. Marist wins big on the road, the final 34-6, and they lay claim to the Special District 3 crown. Congrats to the Marist Spartans yet again.
Junction City falls on the road to state. Another close one for the Tigers. Falls just short, and while Cascade gets back on track after being blown out to Marist last week, they take down Sweet Home 32-0. Finally on the coast, Marshfield hangs on to pick up its second win of the season. That's a 26-20 win over the Bulldogs of North Bend. We've got a win in